everybody, I'm here to help you today with factoring. I'm going to do one of each type of problem and explain to you why each of the factors are the way they are. For example, in this problem, we'll notice that B and C both have a plus sign. What that means is that we are going to be looking for positive factors. Okay, basically we are looking for two positive numbers that multiply to C and that will add to B. So here's my example. In this case, we are looking for two numbers that will multiply to 18 and add to 9. So before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and find the factors of 18. Now remember, we're looking for positive factors only. So here's 1 and 18, okay, 2 and 9, as well as 3 and 6. So these are the three pairs of factors that will multiply to give me 18. So what I'm looking for are two numbers that will add to give me 9. When I add 1 and 18, I get 19. So this is not my factor. I add 2 and 9, I get 11. Again, this is not my choice. If I add 3 and 6, I get 9. This right here are the two factors that I need to use. So I would simply say x plus 3, x plus 6. And circle that or box that, and that is your answer for this problem. Okay? Moving on to the next type of problem, you can see that this time B has a negative sign and C will have a positive sign. So what I'm looking for here are two negative factors, because a negative times a negative will be a positive C, but when I add them, I will get a negative B. So here's my example. I'm looking at 6, okay? So the factors of 6, now first off, we need to make sure they're both negative. So here's negative 1 and negative 6, as well as negative 2 and negative 3. So what I need to do is I'm looking for a negative 7. So let's add each pair of factors and see which one gives us negative 7. Negative 1 plus negative 6 is negative 7. There is my answer. I do not need to go any farther. So I simply find the variable x minus 1, x minus 6. Okay? So there we are. If I were to multiply this back out, you could use FOIL or box method, whichever you prefer. You would find that you get x squared minus 7x plus 6. Alright? Moving right along, we have these two types of problems. Now, you'll notice that they are similar because C is negative in both problems. For both of these problems, you are going to have factors with different signs. That means that you're going to have one that's positive and one that is negative. Okay? So looking at this example, we have 16. What I need to do is I need to find the factors of 16, but one needs to be positive and one needs to be negative. That's the only way that I can get a negative 16 for my sign. Alright, so let's begin. I have 16. For negative 16 would be negative 1, 16, 1 comma negative 16, negative 2, 8, 2, negative 8, 4, and negative 4. Now, because 4, negative 4, it's the same thing as saying negative 4, 4, but you can go ahead and write it if it makes you feel better. So what I need to do is I need to add all of these up and see which one will give me a positive 6. So what I'm looking at is, that's a a positive 15. That's not going to work. Alright, that's a negative 15. Okay, negative 2 plus 8, ooh, that gives me the 6 that I need. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to write x minus 2, x plus 8. Now, some of you asked this question a lot today, and I'm going to go ahead and explain this. You also wanted to know if x plus 8 and x minus 2, if this is the same answer. It is. It's the same thing as saying negative 2 times 8 or 8 times negative 2. You're still going to get negative 16. All you did was switch the location. That's what we call the commutative property of multiplication. Alright, so moving on to our last problem. If you'll take a look here, you'll see that the x, our b term, is just a negative sign. Some of you are like, okay, well, what is that? That is a negative 1. So I'm looking for the factors of negative 20 that will add to negative 1. So I have negative 1, 20, 1, negative 20, negative 2, 10, 2, negative 10, negative 4, 5, and 4, negative 5. Alright, so let's start by adding. I get 19, nope. I get negative 19, nope. I get 8, no. Negative 8, no. Okay, I'm getting closer. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1, but I need a negative 1, so that's still not my answer. Alright, 4 and negative 5. When I add those, I get a negative 1. So my answer here would be x plus 4, x minus 5. Okay, and that is your answer. Alright, this is one from each type of problem. Take your time, watch these over and over again until you get it. Okay, also you can get help from your friends, or you can get help by looking at yesterday's notes. Okay, I will see you tomorrow.